Yo, what's up everyone, Voskada. This is Valoramous. In today's music producer tutorial, I'm going to show you inside my digital audio workstation of choice, which is Logic Pro 10.7, how to create reverse snares or reverse plucks using reverb. And then I'm going to show you a little shortcut trick on how to reverse that audio file that we will create. Because when you are creating music, it is all about transition. So just like a DJ, it is about transition. So if you take that mindset as a DJ into your tracks as a producer, you will begin to notice patterns in terms of how other producers have conducted these transitions between various sections of the song, and then you can incorporate some of these same or similar transitions into your tracks. And so one of the most famous ways to conduct a transition is with swells or up sweeps and then down sweeps. And it doesn't have to always be an effect. It can be an actual instrument with a lot of reverb processed onto that sample. You reverse that sample, and then that's how you can conduct the transition. So I'm going to show you how to do this in Logic Pro 10.7. Okay, so this is Logic Pro 10.7. This is what the interface looks like. So I'm going to show you how I did this with an actual reverse supersaw pluck. So this is the actual reverse sample right here. But what I did to do this is I took a track that I had with a processed, it can be chords, it can be plucks, it can be really any instrument, it can be drums, synthesizer, etc. I created a duplicate track, and that created this duplicate track here. And then you can see the plugins that I have here. What I did at the end of this chain is I added a reverb. This is the chroma verb. And I added a ton of decay on this. So usually I only have, between 1 and 3 seconds, for example, maybe 2 seconds. In this case, we have 15 seconds. And then what you're gonna do is with this sample, and this sample will be unmuted obviously before you do this, but you only need the first tick of those notes. So in this case, these were plucks. So when I open up this MIDI file, you see that these are just plucks. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to bounce this entire track. So we'll bounce this track in place, and it will be reverse, supersaw, reverb, and then hit OK. Logic Pro will do its thing. It's going to bounce this track, and it's going to be one pluck hit with a lot of reverb at the end. So you're going to see this long file with a huge tail. And then I'm going to show you what we can do with this. It may not be huge depending on the volume of the track and then the decay time. So always err on more decay than less, I would say, because you want to have more tail to work with. But you don't need a whole lot. So what you do here is this is what it looks like. Now, you don't need all this sound up front because that is going to incorporate a lot of the initial instrument. You want that reverb. You want that nice swell. So you can maybe start the track right here after a few ticks. So just get rid of that. You could split this, right click, and then hit split. Eliminate this. Now I'm going to show you another shortcut. Line up your cursor to the start and then hit the semicolon button. Well, you got to highlight the track. Highlight that audio file, then the semicolon button. That'll align that up perfectly. Then you can zoom out again. Now I like to have about 2 to 3 bars, so we'll do 2 bars. That's a good trick or a good measure. You're going to split it, play it again. You can delete this extra part. Now you have this reverb supersaw, and it's just the tail, so it's just that reverb, that airiness at the very end. Now what you want to do is this is going to lead into the next section, so you can move this file over. Now click on this file. Now I'm going to show you another shortcut. You're going to press, if you're on MacBook, Control-Shift-R, that will reverse this file. Bam, that reverses it. And then what you can do is you can also add a fade in, and you can see here, that's basically what I did with these ones down here. It's the same process. In fact, I like this better, so I might actually use that. But this is how you create a reverse pluck, snare, synthesizer, chord, clap, whatever you want to use. But these reverses are how you can conduct transitions, because it is about these little details, especially when you're creating electronic dance music. And these transitions will carry your track forward, and it will introduce certain elements before you actually really drop those elements, and it will just the track will just flow that much better and cleaner when you have these little details and you add these little details into your tracks. So there you have it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.